Listen to this. Imagine a machine so powerful, so complex, so complex, that it changed the course of space exploration. Hmm? This isn't science fiction, by the way. This is reality. This is science. This is reality. Reality in its finest. This machine I'm talking about, it is the IBM 7090, the heart of Hidden Figures, the reason they were able to go to space. What was it like for these brilliant women of NASA to confront this technological titan? And what challenges did they overcome to send humanity to the stars? Remember the moment in Hidden Figures when Catherine first sees the IBM 7090? That mix of awe, inspiration, trepidation, and fierce determination. Even her friend Dorothy, she was very excited. We are diving deep into that experience, exploring the raw human reaction to a machine that felt alien at the time, yet was essential to their groundbreaking work. Before personal computers and smartphones, the IBM 7090 existed. The best tech they had at their time. A behemoth that held the keys to unlocking America's space ambitions. But how did the unsung heroes of Hidden Figures truly interact with this monumental piece of hardware? Prepare to uncover the surprising realities and ingenuous solutions behind their historic calculations. Anyways, if you enjoyed that little intro, make sure to like and subscribe because this video is going to be a banger, a great video. So with all this talk about the IBM machine, we are going to watch IBM Rare 7070 mainframe computer film made in 1960. So this video is lost footage of the IBM machine that most likely I assume that Catherine or other other NASA employees use at the time to get into space.
Following rare IBM film from 1960 shows a Model 7070 mainframe computer in a data center environment. It is running a demonstration program to calculate customer billing for a utility service. It provides an excellent example of early data processing equipment as it looked in the early 1960s. In 1950,
Okay, that looks so similar to the one in the movie in Hidden Figures. I can see a slight tweak to the size and how it looks, but if we're talking overall structure, it looks very similar. And this one is a 7070, not a 7090, by the way. 1958, I think Catherine was 1962.
1958, IBM introduced the Model 7070 transistorized data processing machine. It was part of the 700/7000 series. The 7070 combined the very high input and output speeds required for large-scale commercial data processing with the internal speed required for the complex calculations encountered in scientific work. Here, an operator is seen loading punch cards into a Model 7500 card reader, which could read 400 cards per minute.
Wow, that's impressive.
The overall speed of the system was increased by the use of synchronizers, also called buffers, which allowed a number of operations to take place simultaneously. The system used over 30,000 transistors and 22,000 diodes,
Wow.
mounted on approximately 14,000 circuit boards called SMS cards.
Wow. I understand a bit of this because I do enjoy PCs and the graphic cards, the RGB, the motherboard, the CPU, the GPU, all that stuff. I'm absolutely fascinated with all of that. So 30,000 transistors is absolutely unbelievable. That is a stupendous amount of transistors. I cannot imagine how long that took to build.
SMS stands
cards.
for Standard Modular System. Each SMS card was a field replaceable unit
Oh,
designed for a specific logical operation. Single width cards were 2.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall with gold-plated connectors. Some double width cards were also used.
wow. It's like art when you look at it, you know.
In this film, each magnetic tape unit is labeled, indicating the type of data it is processing, such as input program or customer accounts, and so on.
Oh,
The 7070 had many features which made it efficient and economical for the solution of scientific problems. It was a decimal machine, which provided easy communication between scientist and computer at speeds that rivaled many binary computers. Typical languages used with the machine were autocoder, RPG, Fortran, and COBOL.
No, we don't have that nowadays, do we? We have Java, C++, all that stuff.
The well-designed 7150 system console allowed the operator to monitor, control, and communicate with the computer itself.
Okay, so that first video reaction was the 7070. However, I have found something more interesting. The 7090 from the Mercury program, which is the one that was used in Hidden Figures, the one that was used for Glenn, the astronaut who went up to space with Catherine Topher, of course. So this is the one that was actually used. This exact variant, I mean.
Far to the north and east of Corpus Christi beats the heart of the worldwide Mercury network,
Yeah.
the computing
It's
and
very similar.
communication center that bonds it into a working entity. This is the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Through here funnels the voice and teletype communications that link the global stations to Mercury control. The computers enable men to reach judgments within the flashes of time allowed for control of a spacecraft that moves faster than a brain can react. Throughout the flight, the computers will generate recommendations on whether the mission should continue or be aborted. They will determine location.
These videos are like hidden footage of the olden days because the quality is so ugly, but at the same time it's so valuable. You just look past it, and it's also interesting to see how they even using it there. You can see that guy who was plugging cables into it, just like how Dorothy did in the movie. So this is very interesting and very fascinating to see how they actually did it in reality, did it in the past.
Of the spacecraft, the time it should begin re-entry, the point at which it will land. And the most vital of these findings will be transmitted instantaneously to Cape Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral, that's the place where where NASA was at Space Exploration Unit, where the West Group, and that's where they were located, if I remember correctly. Also another video, which is 45 seconds. The one we just watched was only a minute long. This one we're about to watch is 1960s Stanford University IBM 7090 Computer Tech Kino Library. 45 seconds long.
Output. Not too well. We're still having trouble with F drive in regard to density changing on the 1401.
I'd say, well, we'll put it on the 7090 then and use it for an output tape.
Yeah, that should cool it if you play it that way.
Yeah, no sweat. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I'm glad I thought of it. I had it logged.
I have no idea who's talking, by the way. I think it's just people who work at the place or maneuvering the machine.
You'll notice that when you come up on Balgol and with the compiler has a beautiful bug in it, in case we get clobbered completely, you hit IC3 and give it a trot of 50, and that'll kick the job off, and that's all you have to do.
Look
Okay,
alive.
see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Look alive. I'm guessing the work was so boring they had to look alive, or they were doing it for company purposes, I'm assuming, for the vibe. Who is that? Ending off with a picture of a random woman. But yeah, that was very interesting and lovely to watch. Because imagine a machine so... No, imagine encountering a machine so... what's the word? So advanced, so unlike anything you've ever seen. It fundamentally changes how you understand your view of the technological world. That's exactly what happened in that video. That's exactly what happened when the brilliant minds of Hidden Figures came face to face with revolutionary IBM 7090. So my question is, how did you find this novel? Before personal computers, before AI, before smartphones, this was the titan of innovation. This is what helped send humans to space, the IBM 7090. So my question is to you, audience, if you've seen the movie, do you truly grasp the novelty, the sheer novelty of the IBM 7090 and the impact it had on the Hidden Figures team? Because we're diving deep into the unprecedented technology that sparked awe and demanded extraordinary ingenuity. That machine is truly terrifying because for people back in the day, because imagine you're a pencil pusher, you're pushing the boundaries of space with only pencils and paper, then suddenly this immense machine appears. How did these women who calculated trajectories by hand adapt to this IBM 1790. Dorothy, in my recollection, probably adapted very well. And plus, I remember the director saying that they didn't add a lot of the realistic scenes. They sugarcoated majority of the movie. I really want to see what struggles they did overcome by having to use this machine, a machine that would forever change how we look at space. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was thought-provoking. I hope you want to ask me some questions in the comments down below. I hope you ask your peers some questions about this, or maybe even dive into this deeper than I ever have. If this has left an impression on you, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching Pulse Point Analysis.